like to do with this video is I would like to redo the environment because I think the environment that I did uh, was done too quickly. I didn't take enough time to think about it. Just to give you an idea of what I want to do, I went into Google Images and I want to create a really simple environment. It's not going to be like a huge open world. It's just going to be like a small sample, but it's going to be like a road with with a forest on the sides. So I think I'm going to go with something with like a paved road with one. I guess it's called a median or whatever, and the edge of it just like transitions into like soil. And then there's like trees, and most forests, I guess, have really tall trees or whatever, because like all the short trees don't get enough sunlight, so they don't like survive in like dense forests. That's why. But the environment that I created had like really short trees, so it wasn't like the effect that I was going for. I think these images are better. Um, I should have probably used like photo reference from the beginning, but I didn't. But that's what I'm going to do today. So first, I'm going to import the truck. So I need a reference for scale. Do the truck folder. Get my truck. So I can have the armature. Click on texture to see the color. And I'm just going to go to top view and see right away. I'm going to start by trying to figure out what the width of each lane is of the road. So this truck takes up just under four of these units. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm assuming on any road, it's a little bit wider. So let's just say 2.5 this way and 2.5 this way, so 5 units total. So what I'm going to do right away is I'm going to create a plane, and I'm going to edit mode. Go to wireframe for a second. Can't really see it, but I'll go 2.5 this way. Right click, snap vertices to grid. Same with these. So if right now, like it snaps to like the closest vertices that's visible here, but like if I say, just say I go like closer, then all these smaller cubes start to appear. So if I were to, let's just say move like this, as you can see, all of a sudden the vertices gets closer to this. So if I right click, it's gonna snap to the closest vertices, which is this one, which is not what I want. Just in case you didn't know. So now that I've got Actually, I'll go ahead and just, oh, sorry. These actually should be 5 on each side, so, all the way over here. And I'll also do it in the other axis. So if I go back into object mode, I'm assuming that's like a good width for a lane. It should be enough. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as this. I think I want it to be more black. I think this median is a little bit too yellow. Like I'll probably tone it down. This one's really good too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I guess I'm going to start randomly extruding. So I think that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is a UV map. So first I'll make everything 0 subdivisions, and I guess I'll start with the landscape, like this terrain. So I'll just go into UV editing. I'll select all the faces. Let's go unwrap. Actually, for this, I don't have to make any. I don't have to export any UV maps because all I'm going to do is I'm going to make one square texture, and I'm just going to tile them. And for this ground, like all I'm going to do is just dirt. I don't think I'm going to add any grass. It's going to be if you look at some of these here, some of these images, you can see dirt, and there's like leaves, and then there's also like maybe a little bit of grass, but I'm going to get rid of the leaves and the grass, and I'm just going to work on the dirt. I'm not sure. I might deal with like maybe the grass differently. Maybe I'll use like I'll paint the grass on in Unreal, but for now I'm just going to keep it just dirt. So that's why I don't need to export anything. Similarly for the road, if I go into the UV editing and then if I press unwrap, it just it's almost like a top view, but what I want is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a tile map, so I'm going to make one square image, so I don't have to export this, but the one thing I do want to do is I want to square all these out, because my biggest concern is I'm going to create a median. Like in the texture it's going to be, I guess, like pavement, and then like this yellow line, maybe the white line as well. In order for me to pull that off, everything has to be straightened out, because like I'm not going to go into my painting software or my Photoshop photo editing software, and I'm not going to try and match all these curves. So what I'm going to do is I want to go here into UV editor, and I'm going to start off by going down all of these and make sure all the rotations are all pretty much not 100%, doesn't have to be 100%, but generally a straight horizontal line. So as you can see, if I go down, there's some of them are, these ones look okay. This one's definitely off, so I'm going to straighten that out. I'm going to straighten this out. Just give it all just a bit of a rotation. Unfortunately, like I was thinking that maybe Blender had, an option when I go and unwrap. If there was a way to like make everything like grid-like, but that apparently doesn't exist within Blender. There's like plugins or like add-ons that you can use, but that just adds to the learning curve. Like don't want to spend too much time like learning like different plugins and stuff. So I'm just going to do it by hand. It's kind of tedious, but it's all part of being, I guess, like an artist. I know there's probably lots of other tools I can use, but again, like there's only so much time that I'm willing to like learn like new add-ons and plugins. My computer just crashed, so I'm going to refilm this portion. So basically, I straightened out all these horizontals, and I also pushed everything so they're all aligned with one grid line. The thing that I'm not going to change is the distance between these horizontals, because as you can see, some of these are like short, some of these are long, and I want to maintain that, because once I start adjusting that, then the texture is going to be either like really stretched or really squished in certain areas. So I want to maintain it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just maintain it as much as possible. But with that done, because the texture is going to be square and I'm going to tile it, I'm just going to make this really, really big, so that it almost fits like this entire square. I'm going to leave like a little bit of room on the sides, because I'm going to add a little bit of like soil texture to overlap here. So it's not going to be all the way to the edge. I'll leave like a little bit of like room. I think that's probably good. I can go a little bit bigger actually. Yeah, I think that's good. So I don't have to export this, because I'm just creating a square image anyways. So before my computer crashed, I went into my editing program, and I started by creating a square image, 5,000 by 5,000, and I created these, like the median, as well as the white lines on the side of the road. What I'm doing now is I'm trying to create a bit of texture. So that's why it's kind of hard to see, but if I zoom up really close, I'm starting to create these little specks. So I'm just using the, what's this called? The vector tool, I guess. What's it called? The free select tool. I'm just randomly like creating little specks of black. And what I want to do is, after I've created like a small sample, I'm going to try and use the stamp tool to just put it everywhere. So if I
zoom out. I'll zoom out even more. Take a sample and just like literally just put it everywhere. I want to hide the lines so I can like see everything. So now that I've created like a bigger sample, I can zoom out, and I can use a bigger stamp tool. And start stamping like bigger samples. So the problem with that is that you can start seeing circles, which is no good. You can barely see it, but I'm going to undo all that, and I'm going to make the hardness a little bit less so that there's a bit of a softer edge. And once that's done, actually I have this really bad feeling this is going to not look very good. I'm actually going to find some images, and I was going to paint everything, but this is going to take too long, and there's very little guarantee that it's going to look good. Just for the sake of saving time, I'm just going to find an image. So I'm just going to pause it right here. I want to delete these specs for now. So delete layer. So right now I just have these. Okay, so I'll be right back. Found one image. Let's open it up. There's actually a whole bunch of them, but I just chose this one. So I'm just going to copy and paste. And make this smaller. About this size. Hide all this. So, layer to image size. I can just stamp it. Stamp it everywhere. You can already start to see like these lines developing, so I'm just going to go ahead and try and get rid of it. So I'm going to turn these lines back on. So obviously, it's kind of light. I want it to be dark, so I'm just going to go ahead and just make a duplicate, just in case I want to change my line. But let's go to hue and saturation, darkness, or the lightness, I'll bring it down. Saturation, I can bring down. Go to brightness and contrast. Bump up the contrast. Bring down the brightness. Actually, I'm going to bring down the contrast. That's just making these the grid-like thing sort of more visible. So that looks okay. One other thing that I want to do is I have a soil texture. I have a couple of them. See, I think the first one's good. So I'm just going to copy and paste it here. Change the scale. Maybe to about this size. I'm going to duplicate it, put one on the other side as well. Oops. So over here. So all I'm going to do is first I'll make a nice big sample of these. So use the clone tool and the stamp tool. Delete this other one. So this one I just created. I'm going to just bring it over to this edge. I'll duplicate it. Bring the duplicate to this edge. So I'll go to the first one. All I gotta do is get the eraser tool, make sure the hardness is kind of low. I'll just soften the edge. I'll do that for the other side, so I don't have a sharp edge. It's basically just like dirt that's just like coming onto the road. And I'm going to quickly save this so I don't lose it.
put everything into a folder for now, just in case I want to flatten everything and do some other stuff with it, maybe like create a normal map or something. That'll be a fast way just to flatten the whole thing. But for now, I'm just going to worry about exporting it. And see what it looks like. So actually, the one thing that I forgot to do, I do need to make a duplicate of this. I'm going to hide the original. I'm going to merge the layer group of the one that I just created. And then I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to make two more copies. So what I'm going to do is, the first one I'm going to delete the top half. I want to select the one below it and invert the selection and delete the bottom half. So what I have now is I have an image with the bottom half and an image with the top half, and underneath that I have a copy of the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'll grab one of these and I'm going to move it all the way down here, and using the I'm going to zoom right in. Bring it all the way to the edge. Oops. Make sure it's nice and flush on this side. So I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to grab the other one and I'm going to move this one up. So after you do that, I'm going to zoom right in again. Oops. And I'm looking at this corner here and make sure it's nice and flush. Okay. So this one is moved to the top. So if I turn on both images, the edge of this bottom image and the top of this top image, they should be the exact same. So what I'm going to do with the top one, I'm going to
use a nice big eraser to just get rid of the middle, because the image is so big it's taking forever to erase. And I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom. And now I'm going to turn on that bottom layer as well. So that way, top and bottom images are identical, so when they're tiled together, it should look seamless. So I'm going to save once more. And export once more. Okay, so that's saved up. I'm going to go back into Blender. I'm going to make sure everything has some good subdivisions. And with the road selected, I'm going to create a new material. And we'll call it road nut. And selecting base color, I'm going to select image texture. And we'll select open. If I select the road color, there we go. The only thing that I would say is that soil that I did is not visible. I guess not a huge deal, but if I hide the terrain, you should be able to see the soil. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into UV editing with the road selected, and I'm going to make it slightly bigger so that it does touch the edge. If it goes over, it's okay, because if there's another tile here, then it's basically just hitting another soil texture on the edge. So we'll see what that does. If I go back, okay, you can sort of start to see the soil, which is good enough. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. And the road has a nice, the median has a nice curve to it, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to quickly save that. This I'm happy with, so I'm just going to save as once more. I get really paranoid, so I like saving things like multiple times. I want to create another image in 5000 by 5000, but this one is going to be nothing but soil. So I'm going to copy and paste that onto my new image that I just created. zoom right in so I can see. Oops. I want to zoom in so I can see the level of detail. Because I want to size this down. So if I scale it down to, let's say, a nice small size like this, I do lose a little bit of detail. Yeah, I'm going to undo that. I'm going to scale it down, but not quite as small, so that it's about this size. So if I zoom in, you can see a little bit of pixelation, but it's not that bad. I just want to make it as small as possible so that I can fill as much. I want to create as much soil as possible within this one image. So I'm just going to go ahead now, and I'm going to clone this everywhere. Oops. The reason why I'm doing it this way is that I don't want tiles to appear within the image, so I'm just going to randomly place them like that first, and then I'm going to soften the edges. I'm going to take a smaller sample. And start painting this everywhere. Wherever I see like a nice open space, let's paint that in. Let's paint that in. I'm just going to go and paint all these empty spaces now. So now I can just randomly select different areas. this into a folder. So I'm going to do the same thing I did with the road, and I'm going to make it so that the edges all match up. So I'm going to duplicate soil, and I'll delete the top portion of the first image. And the bottom portion of the second image. And I'll smooth these up. A nice close up so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, looks pretty good. Now I'm going to zoom out. I'll hide this one, make this one visible, and move this one down. Okay, I'll zoom way in. Try to make it nice and snug. All I need to do now is erase the middle. The eraser nice and big. Do the same thing for the top portion. And I just turn on the bottom wire. So I'm going to duplicate the entire folder. And I'm going to merge layer group on the new folder. Hide the bottom folder. And I'll do the same thing for the vertical. So with that done, I'm going to go back into Blender and with the terrain selected, I'm going to create a new material. Let's call this soil matte. Under base color, I'll select image texture, and then I'll open up the soil color that I just created. But as you can see, it's absolutely massive. So I need to go to the UV editing. Go over here and turn this into project mode. Solid. Texture. Back into edit mode. And all we need to do is just scale this way up. So I don't know how big. So if I compare this soil on the edge of the road to this soil, then this one could be much bigger, so that this soil is much smaller. So if I go back into layout, I zoom in, I'll try to deselect the terrain. That looks a whole lot better. So the only thing that's really missing now is the grass and the really tall trees. So that's going to be the next thing. Okay, so I think that's probably good enough for this video. I'm really happy with the way everything turned out. But before I go, I'm going to I want to play with the rendered view, because I want to see what everything looks like. So I'm going to hide the armature. I'm going to select the light, and I'm going to, right now it's at this point light, and I'm going to change it to sun. And as you can see, it's really bright, so the strength is 1000. I'm going to bring it down to 3. And as you can see, the road and as well as the soil has like this specular, it's got this like this white shine to it. So I'm going to go into shading, and I'm going to turn down, I think this is the thing that you turn down, IQR level. I'll make the tints, I don't know if that makes a difference, but as you can see, it makes it more matte. And I'm going to do the same thing with the road. So under specular, turn down the IQR level. The tint is black. Everything looks nice and matte. I'm going to unselect the terrain so I don't have that orange background. I'll make the light, brighten it up a bit, maybe like 5. Try 7. And it's got this like really black shadow here. So, it just froze on me. So I had to boot it back up. So I added a second light pointing the other way, and I turned off the shadow. So now I have I don't no longer have like completely black shadow on the other side of the truck. So if I turn on the shadow of the second light, the reason why this turns black is because this light is catching the shadow of this entire terrain. So it's basically this terrain is blocking the light. So even though it starts here, a sunlight doesn't have doesn't really have a starting point. It just starts anywhere. So you can imagine it being infinitely like starting underneath somewhere
underneath the terrain. But if I turn off shadow, then it goes through the entire terrain. It goes through every object and doesn't cast any shadows. So it's good for like fill light. So that's why that works. So as you can see, I'm really happy with like how the terrain worked out. Because now I have like a nice like windy road with like nice like hills, and I really like how this hill back here turned out. If I go this way, it's just pure like windy road. Now I just gotta fill everything up with like maybe a little bit of grass and some really tall trees. So, but that's going to be for the next video. This video, I think this is long enough. Next video, I'll model up trees, I'll do some grass, and I'll take everything into Unreal and see how everything looks. So, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Okay, thanks.